know enough. May the health of our guest of honour. I give you the toast, His Royal Highness Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh.
Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, thank you very much indeed for asking me here this evening to this excellent dinner and for your very kind welcome. I think the least I can do is, in return, is to congratulate the British Film Academy on this, your 10th anniversary, and to wish it a long and fruitful existence. Now, I warn you, this is going to be rather like one or two film premieres that I've been to, where you're going to discover that the introductory items will have turned out to be much more amusing and interesting than the main feature. You will have noticed that the predecessors, the hors d'oeuvre, who presumably organized this program, they took jolly good care to cover their retreat, because you probably see that I'm not replying to this toast, but I'm proposing their health. So you must forgive me if I try and get my own back at some other occasion. As a matter of fact, I'm a little bit relieved. At one moment, I thought I was going to be asked to subscribe to this dinner as well as to propose a toast. Now, it seems to me that in the 10 years, which is after all not a very long time, the Academy has managed to create for itself and for its awards a most satisfactory reputation. And it's also acquired the useful backing of some 500, I assume, subscribing members, which, at the present state of the game in the film world, as I understand it, must be considered quite a major achievement. Now, before I go any further, I want to pay just one personal debt to the film industry. For several years, I've been, in fact, as long as the Academy has been in existence, I've been connected with various worthy undertakings. That is, I consider that they're worthy undertakings, as anybody else, and they're usually in need of money. And whenever the film industry has been able to help, it has done so willingly and generously. Now, I'm including film premieres in this, although I know some probably wouldn't. But I'm particularly referring to the appeal films, the propaganda films, and also for allowing the cinema collections. And I'm delighted to see here this evening various people who had a go at that, including Lord Rank and Carol Reed. And I think Ivan Foxwell's a member. And of course, the first helper in that particular line was Sir Alexander Corder, who we all miss very much. As a matter of fact, I discovered quite a lot about this business of filmmaking as a result of taking part in two of those films, which I think probably I might well have missed on a casual visit to a film studio. I've even been directed by one of your members, which I can only describe as an interesting experience. I took advantage, I may say, of my position. Now, I gather the object of this academy is to advance the art and technique of filmmaking. Now, there are two ways to make anything advance. You can pull and you can push. And quite rightly, the Academy has chosen to pull, in offering their awards, which I think might be described as academic carrots, and by publishing textbooks and various other means. And the pushing, or perhaps the goading, I think can quite safely be left to the critics. That, Mr. Chairman, is not a hint that you should invite the critics to be fellows of the Academy. And I think the best way to illustrate this is to remind you of the story of Napoleon III and the French Salon of 1863. Now, it appears that the jury of selection distinguished themselves that year by throwing out quite a number of original paintings. And Napoleon III, who must have had a very remarkable eye for a picture, insisted that the best of the rejects should be shown in a separate Salon de Refusés. Now, the interesting thing is that among the exhibitors in that room were Manet, Whistler, Le Gros, Latour, Renoir. And it was, in fact, Monet's picture, called Impressions, which gave their school the name the Impressionists. Now, I don't think I need add to that, except to say that if the selectors had been warned beforehand, I doubt whether it would have made any difference. Now, I know that television is almost a rude word in this company. But I'm quite sure that it is, in fact, a tremendous new opening for the filmmaker, and of course an even greater opening for this academy, because you must admit that many of the films made for television could be considerably advanced in art and technique. Now, I hope it's not a... And with that, I think I've said enough. If I go on about entertainment tax, the NFC, and accountant, slot machine television, wider screens, and noisier noises, and prima donnas, I shall, I think, probably merely get myself into even more trouble. So thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, for your hospitality this evening, and allow me once more to wish the Academy a happy, useful, and prosperous existence for many years to come. And ladies and gentlemen, and I give you the toast of the evening to the British Film Academy on its 10th anniversary, and particularly to Academician Mills. The Academy.